Viewers, welcome to Odoo webinar. Today's webinar is in collaboration between Odoo and Port Cities Group, and we will discuss on streamlining InvoiceNow for Singapore SMEs with ERP. My name is Hera. I'm partner manager here in Odoo, and we have special guest today, Charles, COO from Port Cities Group.
Hi, everyone.
Without further ado, in today's agenda, let's get to know more about Odoo and Port Cities Group, and then we will continue to understand Singapore Digital's invoice landscape, and we will bring you to live demo on how to set up your InvoiceNow and learn more about the native integration of Odoo system and InvoiceNow from Port Cities, and take advantage of the government grants and funding to support your digital transformation. And lastly, stay tuned to our Q&A session. You can drop question in the live chat below and we will try to answer it. What is Odoo? Odoo is all-in-one management software. It's beautiful and easy to use. We want to help companies grow, and we want to unleash companies' potential by empowering users with the tools that they love. Odoo have a global presence with more than 6,000 employees who served more than 6,000 million happy users on their digital transformation journey and is still growing by 200% new clients. We are supporting the regional growth by having 19 Odoo offices that spread out across different continents. Odoo is built to scale, making it perfect for the companies ranging from small, medium, to large corporation. Because of the nature of the system itself, it's very easy to customize. We've been able to implement it across various industries, everything from trading, retail, manufacturing, to services, NGOs, education, and many more. How Odoo can help your businesses? Many companies struggle with disconnected system. Juggling multiple platforms often leads to manual double entry, lack of visibility across departments, and you maybe end up spending more on integration rather than the actual growth itself. We want to decrease this pain point because in Odoo, it's fully integrated in one ecosystem. Not like traditional ERP system, you can access Odoo from different type of devices. You can easily access from your mobile device with seamless and intuitive user interface, just like in your desktop view, to support your mobility and also productivity. Odoo also very easy to integrate with the third-party apps to complement your business process like payment gateway and logistics provider. What about our positioning among of the competitors? We cover very complex business needs like ERP system in the top left quadrant, but we come with the extremely user-friendly interface like single software in the quadrant right below. And Odoo also cover all of your business needs. Start from sales modules. You can easily maintaining your sales process using CRM. It's fully integrated with sales application to create the quotation for your customers. Or if you are in the retail business, you can sell your products directly from Odoo POS system. Not only maintaining your sales, you can develop your branding using our website apps or selling directly online using our e-commerce. And it's fully integrated with the back-end systems to maintain your product inventory and also procurement. And if you are in the service industry, you can use project management system to have full collaboration with your team. And not only that, you can easily maintain your team using different type of application in the HR modules. And Odoo also covers very complex manufacturing application. It's well connected to the productivity apps like integration with WhatsApp. And to make sure that you are targeting on the right audience, you can use marketing apps to organize or optimize your digital marketing activities like social media and marketing automation. And if you are in the if you organize physical events, you can easily using event apps. And as the core of the ERP system itself, we have finance application that fully integrates to track your invoicing, vendor bills, easily maintain your assets, budgeting, real-time reporting, and other fundamental finance function. And we believe that every businesses are unique. We also have low-code tools, Odoo Studio, to customize your business process. And lastly, in our last version of Odoo 19, we have AI function that fully integrated in the core module itself, and as you can using it as your assistant or easily building your AI agent. And digital transformation is not only about the system. Implementation is also the crucial process on transitioning your system. And by having a capable consultant to help you on implementing the project successfully, it's fundamental. Meet with one of the largest Odoo official partner, Port Series Group, who have experience implementing Odoo system across different industries globally, who deeply understand on local compliance and your needs. So let's get to know more about Port Series Group with Charles.
Hi, everyone. Thanks, Hera. So, Portities, what are we aiming to do is that we are aiming to be the number one IT consulting in Odoo solutions. And our mission is to help companies to optimize their business operations and facilitate informed decision making by delivering tailored, cost effective, and scalable integrated ERP solution that drive efficiency and revenue growth for our customers. So as of today, we have 10 consulting offices all over the world and mainly concentrated in Asia Pacific. We have more than 170 Odoo experts in-house. We have delivered and we are delivering currently more than 400 customers across the globe. And we have 10 years of experience in implementation of Odoo. So we have a global presence, certainly, but what we believe is to be local experts. So it means that in all of the offices that we are having, we have some experts about the regulation, the accounting, and we believe as well that being on site to support our customer is key, and it's why we have so many offices all over the world. So what are the products of Portities? So the different products that we are offering is, first of all, the solution implementation. So we are implementing and customizing Odoo solutions to your needs. We are providing technology consulting. So it means that we define and develop the right IT strategy and ERP roadmap for your company. We are providing software support. So we are providing ongoing maintenance and support to ensure your success because an IT implementation is a journey and it's not only finishing when the project is finished, but we are as well maintaining and upgrading your software. We are providing cloud hosting. So we are hosting on the cloud platform of your choice, backed by your technical team. And we are doing system integration. So we connect legacy systems with Odoo using our proprietary platform. And as of today, we will explain as well how we have developed the integration between Odoo and InvoiceNow. So Portities is accredited by IMDA as an InvoiceNow ready solution provider. So you can go on the website of the IMDA and you will see us as an invoice ready solution provider. So InvoiceNow has been created to help the Singaporean companies to speed up invoicing process and reduce operational cost with the electronic invoice integration in Odoo. The idea is definitely to process faster payment as we are able to communicate faster the invoice to our potential customers. All of your data are secured as well because it's encrypted. So it means that all of your data are secured during this process. We want to reduce cost as well. So it means that a lot of finance department have a lot of specific accountant just to be able to send the payment or to send the invoice or to chase payment. And we hope that it will fuel as well the future growth inside of your company. So we are trusted by Singapore SMEs and regional MNCs. So you have some names that we are providing, that we provide service to, and that they are currently using Odoo. So Hera, I let you uh, discuss about the Singapore digital landscape.
All right, thank you so much, Charles. And after you know more about Odoo and Part Cities, let's dig deeper on Singapore digital landscape, specifically on InvoiceNow mandate. So, like the other many countries, to support digitalization and good governance, Singapore also have InvoiceNow mandate for all businesses. So, InvoiceNow is a nationwide e-invoicing network that enables companies for all of sizes to process invoices in a more efficient manner. So, of course, it's the purpose is to reducing business costs and shortening payment cycles. InvoiceNow operates on the open standard PayPal framework, which directly transmits e-invoices in a standard digital format across different finance systems. And specifically, we will discuss about how this integration with Odoo system. And what does it actually cover? So it's cover sales invoicing outbound, and then purchase invoicing inbound, cash sales and also petty cash purchase, credit notes, inbound and also outbound, and advanced ordering system. And to understand more about the adoption of the businesses itself and specifically the timeline, so itself towards the invoicing now, maybe can you share about how is the current adoption in the market itself, Charles?
Yes. So as of today, and as you might know, the timeline of InvoiceNow in Singapore has been several times postponed. And as of today, there is no mandatory deadline for businesses to use InvoiceNow. So the idea currently from the Singaporean government is to push the companies to install it through a grant-driven adoption. So the grants that we will discuss afterward. But definitely compared to other countries that were more aggressive in terms of the implementation of it, like Malaysia or Vietnam, where the government has given a strict deadline to use InvoiceNow or another invoicing system. We are still, it's still as of today voluntary to use InvoiceNow. So as a reminder, there is no hard deadline today for private business, but it's mandatory if we want to invoice some government organizations. And so we are still waiting the next move of the government to know if one day it's going to be mandatory or not. However, what we advise is to make sure that you are ready and that you are already discovering a bit of InvoiceNow right now, to not be surprised if there is an hard deadline coming from the government. So,
Thank
yes, go ahead, Hera.
Yeah, thank you for sharing. I think although it's not mandatory, but then especially if you have a project with government and also you are GST voluntarily registered, it's very important to have invoice now. And it's always better to be proactive, to well prepare before it's, the hard timeline itself from the government. So yes, and to continue, but actually how to set up the invoice now. So there are a couple of step by step that you have to follow how to setting up the invoice now. So Charles will explain it in more details and then what should you do to make it sure that it's properly configured.
Sure. So the first thing that you need to make sure with is to choose a system. So it's make sure that you have an IMDA accredited InvoiceNow ready system. I invite you to go on the website of the IMDA, and you will have the list of all of the systems that are compliant according to them. Once it has been done, so be informed that migrate to a new system or to implement a new system is not something that is so easy. So it might take 1 month, 2 months, 3 months to be implemented in your company. So please make sure that but you are taking this decision and that you make sure that it's going to take a bit of time to implement in your own business. Once it has been done, you can register on PayPal. So it means that you need to register via your IMDA accredited provider. It might take 1 to 3 days to receive the final answer and your final API keys to be able to connect on this specific network. Once you have this, when you are registered on PayPal, you need to authorize your ERP access point via CorePass to submit the InvoiceNow invoices. So once all that has been done, please make sure to go through a phase of testing and training. So please train your accounting team and test internally all the flows in your training environment. So it means that most of the ERP will have a training environment where you can test all of these features. So definitely a lot of different business have different processes and might have different edge case. And so I invite you to test this edge case before going live with InvoiceNow. Once your business is confident, but we need to define a cutoff date and start using InvoiceNow in your production environment. So how does it look like in Odoo? So in Odoo, we have the information about your own company, and what we see is that we need to receive a signing link from from people here. And what needs to be done is that while clicking on this link, we will be redirected to another web page where we need to log in through CorePass and SyncPass. Then in this case, and once we have given the access to it, what we will see is that inside of our Odoo setup, the submitter status will be active, and we will have a submitter response. Okay, so that's it. How do we set it up inside of Odoo? I don't show it live, as the PayPal API key is a private information related to our own company.
So yes, after like you're ready for the setup of the invoicing now, make sure that you get already the API code and etc. So now we want to see how is the native integration of the InvoiceNow in Odoo system itself.
Yes, thank you. So for the sake of the demo, I will show two flows inside the live database of Odoo. So the first flow will be the outbound, and the second flow will be the inbound. So what do I mean by outbound? So the outbound is the creation of a customer invoice inside of our Odoo ERP, and we will send this customer invoice to our customer through the InvoiceNow network. Okay, and so what does it mean? It means that I will create the customer invoice, I will validate the customer invoice, I will generate the InvoiceNow file, so it's a XML file according to the PayPal standard, and we will send this XML file via the API to the access points. And we will see as well that this invoice will be received and acknowledged by our customer. So let's go directly through Odoo. So for the Odoo users, definitely you are familiar with this screen. For the people that have only is for the first time that you are seeing Odoo, so that's the main screen of Odoo, where we have all of the apps that have been installed, but in our database. What I will show and what I will focus on today, definitely the accounting app, as I will create customer invoice. What you will see as well is that here we have a custom apps that have been built by Porcity to follow all the activities related to InvoiceNow. So I will go through my accounting app. And so here is a dashboard of my accounting app, and I will go through customer invoices. So from here, what I'm going to do is that I will create a customer invoice. And so I will create a new customer invoice, and I will choose my customer. Definitely, what is key is that all of the data related to your customers needs to be accurate. So what I mean by that is UEN, GST number, as all of this information will be used through the InvoiceNow network. So key information needs to be keyed in. So the invoice date that I will set it up today, the due date of my invoice, what is really important as well is that in the order info tab, I need to input the customer reference. So it means that is the reference related, is the reference related to this specific invoice. Here I will just type the PO 467, and I will go through the invoice line. So here I will add a specific product in my invoice. So in this case, I'm creating so an invoice with a customizable desk. The price of this desk is 750 SGD. What we see definitely that the taxes are correctly configured, and so I have this 9% tax SR. And what I'm going to do is that I will confirm these specific invoices. Once this invoice is posted, as you can see here, I have a new button that is popped up, and I can generate invoice now. So in this case, I will click on this button. I will click on this button, and I will review it, and it's gonna create. I will just take another one here, and it will create here the XML file related to this specific invoice. And so what does it mean? It means that in this case, Odoo has translated all of the information that I have in my invoice, and I have created an XML file that has been sent directly through my PayPal network. So what is important that we can see is I have a new tab as well with all of the, I would say, the technical information related to this specific invoice. Okay, and so what I see is that I have created an XML file, and that this transaction has been acknowledged by the customer. So what you see is that it's super easy to use. So in a way, we just need to create the invoice. We just need to generate the invoice now. And so the XML file will be generated, sent through the system. I will come back quickly about the inbound. So what I will do right now to show the inbound is that I will create a vendor bill in draft state. So what does it mean? It means that I have received an XML file from the PayPal network. So it means that one of my supplier is sending me an invoice, and I will show you how does it look like inside of Odoo. So I will receive the XML file, and it will create a vendor bill in draft state. So that's the part a bit more technical. So I will just quickly validate this inbound. Okay. And so what I will see is that what I will see is I have created here. Oh, sorry, just come back here. Yep, sorry. I will come back to the screen. Sorry for that. Okay, so sorry for that. So I will just come back inside of Odoo here. And what I will be able to see is that here on InvoiceNow, so I created a specific invoice, a specific vendor bill here. And so in this vendor bill, I have all of the information that I have received through my XML file. Okay, and so it means that all of this information about the products, about the taxes, has been received through the XML file generated by my supplier in this case. And what is important is that what I will see, and I have all of the log inside of Odoo, is that I can see that once this vendor bill has been validated, I'm generating another XML file that I'm sending through the PayPal network to inform my supplier that I have acknowledged and that I have accepted their vendor bill, and that it will then be paid on time. So that's the two different flows that I wanted to show inside of Odoo. So I'm sure that you have a lot of I'm sure that you have a lot of different order flows that you would like to see through InvoiceNow. So what I suggest that if you have specific questions is that you don't hesitate to contact Portities after this webinar to discuss your specific cases that you would like to see inside of InvoiceNow.
Thank you for sharing about this, Charles. So you can see previously that there are two main processes when you want to send the invoice system itself to your customer. You can easily create it inside of the Odoo, and Odoo will automatically generate the invoice now. And the other process is basically when you're receiving the vendor bills or maybe invoice from your client. So you can also translate it inside of the Odoo, and then you can easily record all of the information. And after knowing about more about the Odoo system and also InvoiceNow integration, so the most importantly is that Singapore government also provides many grants and funding scheme to support on your digital transformation without robbing your bank. So like in here, there are a couple of funding and support that you can take full advantage, especially on the ERP digital transformation. So the first one is PSG grant. So it's a productivity solution grant. It's a pre-approved vendor. So Porsit is also the official vendor that able to provide you with these grants. So especially in your SMEs, and then you want to enhance your productivity, and you have a slightly smaller scale for the implementation itself, you can consider these grants. So you will have 50% for the qualified cost. And then another thing is the EDG grants or enterprise development grants. So it's basically support for your project on the upgrade, innovation, and also expansion overseas. So if you are in the multinational company and then you want to have fully integrated system that taking care of Singapore and also other overseas, you can also consider this grant. You can also have up to 50% for the project qualified cost. And another thing is CTC grant or company training committee. So it's the NTUC employment to help you on the productivity for your company. So in this grant, you can claim up to 70%. So is there any more information, especially for the companies that want to get this grant, Trust, that you can share to us?
For sure. So I think what's important is that in terms of budget, so for the PSG grant, for the Odoo implementation, we are starting around 15,000 SGD, so 1.5. And this pre-approved package is what I would say out of the box solution. So it means that we will not customize anything inside of the system. Definitely some workflow will be defined related to your own business. However, it's going to be a quick and simple implementation. And inside of this 15K SGD package, InvoiceNow is listed in the scope. So it means that if you are choosing to go toward this package, we will do the InvoiceNow implementation related to it. So in terms of the EDG, so here we are speaking about but bigger budget and bigger company projects where we will have to customize Odoo to your needs. The main difference related to it is in this case is that it's subjected to approval. So it means that the potential customer or the potential company implementing Odoo will have to submit a specific file explaining but how the Odoo implementation will definitely help the growth of your company. So it's really important that in this case it has to be but approved before starting the project, and this approval can take time. Between 1 to 3 months. So it's really important to take that into account, knowing that if we want to go through this grant, it will take a bit of time. Related to the CTC grant, so here we are really more speaking about the training grant. So it's specific part of the of your project will be a training, and so this specific training can be covered under the CTC grant. But it's a bit of work as well. So it means that we need to set up but a company training committee before the starting of this grant. So just to summarize, PSG grant is starting around 15K SGD. It's pre-approved. So it means that we just need to go through the sales order, upload the sales order inside of the government websites, and it's going to be approved in the next 1 or 2 days. EDG grant, it's but a file that we need to build to prove that it will actually help the growth of your company. It takes between 1 to 3 months and can be project between, I would say, 40K to 200K SGD, depending the company. And CTC grant is way more related to training.
Thank you so much for sharing. So make sure that you know which grant that it's more suitable for you, and also considering the time, because especially if you want to apply for like bigger grants, you should definitely have to prepare since early on. And finally, we are in the Q&A section. So let's check out what question that we have. Okay, seems that many questions. It's dropping it in the live chat. So the first question is, does Odoo natively support PayPal for Singapore? Do you have any insight for this, Charles?
So the answer is no. So it means that the specific modules that I have showed here, so the InvoiceNow module, it's a module that Port Cities has created themselves. So it means that if you are buying, or if you are going through an Odoo implementation, you will need to require this module that has been created by Port Cities. So it means that if you want to use this module, it's definitely better to contact us. Like that, we will be but able to install it and do all the settings for you. It's possible that in the next coming version of Odoo, it will be included. And so that it has to be checked in the roadmap of Odoo itself. But if you want to use InvoiceNow right now, you will have to go through, you will have to contact us.
Yes. So basically, if you are required the invoicing now, indeed, we're still on building up on the standard feature itself. But then don't worry, our partner, especially Port Cities, able to provide you with this qualification. And the second question is, everyone able to set up PayPal ID? Is everyone able to set up PayPal ID with IMDA, or must have a valid Singapore company first to be able to do it?
Okay, so you will have to have a valid Singapore company, as you need to have the UEN number of your company that needs to be given for the PayPal ID. So in this case, it's required as of today to have this information.
Okay, sure. Thank you. So yeah, you should must have a registered in the Singapore. So another question is also quite interesting. So there is a question that, is Port Cities a middleware for connecting to InvoiceNow, or it's a native connection similar like Zero?
So we are using, so as of today, we are using the Bilbay, so the Bilbay PayPal provider. So it means that we are not connecting directly through to the InvoiceNow, but we are using Bilbay as the network provider to connect to the InvoiceNow.
Yes, and also to add on a little bit on this part, don't worry, because of course it is also the official system provider of invoicing now. So we'll make sure as well there is also compliance according to the government regulation. And also, yeah, this is a very interesting question. So is InvoiceNow readily available in any kind of version in Odoo, especially in Odoo version 17, or if not, in which version for this InvoiceNow is actually available in Odoo?
Mhm. Okay, so as of today, the version where we are doing all of our development is version 18. So now I will need to cross-check with our technical team if we have it for the version 17. For the version 19, for sure it will be there. But so for the 17, it's better that I contact you after this webinar, making sure that we have all of it for the version 17.
Sure. I think we will share as well the QR code or also Port Series team contact, so you can also easily contact us as well after this. And also, last question, is the Port Series module available on sales as a standalone purchase for existing Odoo 19 users? And how is the price?
Okay, so as of today, we don't sell specifically this module like that because we believe that our customer needs but training and making sure as well that the configuration is done properly. So what are we doing is that definitely we are selling this module, but we expect to have 1 or 2 days of work with our customer to make sure that the settings is correctly done and we are able to provide training. So in terms of the pricing, I think it's better as well that you contact us and we will inform you about the specific pricing as it might change depending the size of the company and it might change as well depending the training required as well.
Definitely. So indeed, it depends on the scope itself because of obviously it's not going to just invoicing now because it will be relative to your operation as well. So that's why Parseris team can also help you to configure it more properly and also more fit for your business process. Okay, there are a lot of questions. Seems everyone's still engaging on the discussion today. And another question is for accounting firms, PayPal ID is registered by the accounting firms or the clients. Do you have experience on the accounting firm that also implementing InvoiceNow as well, Charles? Maybe in this
No,
case.
in this case, I'm not aware about what should be the specific process. What I invite you is probably to contact IMDA about how does it look like. However, I do believe that the company itself needs to register to have its own PayPal ID, and I'm not sure if an accounting firm can do it instead of the legal director of the company, as we need to but give the approval through ThinkPass. So once again, I would prefer that you contact IMDA to make sure, but you need to have access to the ThinkPass core pass of the company to give the approval.
Okay, thank you so much for sharing it. I think that's all. We have covered all of the questions today. So thank you so much. And then if you still have a lot of question after that, it's related to InvoiceNow or maybe accounting system, or you want to transition in your system for disconnected the one and then using Odoo, do not hesitate to contact us. So you can also scan the QR code here so you can easily connect with Port Series team.
So don't hesitate to contact me through my email address or through our website. We will definitely but contact all of you to make sure that we can answer to all of your questions much more in depth. We do understand that all of business are different, that the size of business are different, and that the needs of business are different. So we will take that into account during our communication.
Awesome. Thank you so much. And you can also save his phone number and also email. And for everyone in Singapore, we will have our special event, Odoo Business Show 2026. If you want to meet Odoo team, Port Series team as well, and also our community, please join us in this exciting events. So this year, we have very interesting topic, which is next generation of ERP. So empowering Singapore SMEs with smarter operation. So if you want to accelerate your digital transformation with Odoo AI agents and seamless workflow automation, please feel free to join us.
Yes.
Yes, and also this event will be happening on March 5th from the morning until afternoon in the Western Singapore. So what you will discover a lot more about Odoo AI agent features. So we will showcase a lot of amazing integration of AI with the core modules of Odoo itself. And for sure, I think you're going to meet Charles again in person, that we will have expert panel with partners and also AI and also ERP strategy. That's very important thing. And you can scan here to register if you want to join us in this event. Or you can easily browse in Google and you can type Odoo Business Show 2026, you'll be easily find out. Thank you for tuning in. Stay tuned for other insightful webinar and Odoo videos in Odoo YouTube channel.
Thanks a lot